Welcome to the Creative Playing Podcast Network. Join us as we review our favorite RPGs, collectible card games, MMOs, video games, PC games, and bring up interesting topics and things that we'd like to share with everyone. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Hey guys, Jim here with Creative Playing Podcast Network and D&D Journey of the 5th Edition with a good friend, Ed, who is our gaming manager at Tucson Comic-Con. And I got questions for you, man. I got questions.
Bring them on, Jim.
So first, Ed, want to drop a little soundbite?
Sure.
Shameless plugging.
My name is Ed Osling. I'm the gaming manager for Tucson Comic-Con. Been with Tucson Comic-Con for, I think, 7 years now. 8 years. I've lost count. Previously, I've hosted a lot of gaming through them. We went to a smaller team this year, and looking forward to a good convention.
Thank you for spending the time to get on the podcast. We're here from Amazing Discoveries, a local gaming store that we both, know and enjoy.
One of the many illustrious, fantastic game stores that we have here in Tucson. All of them located on Broadway. Almost all of them.
It seems like a few years ago, it was literally all of them.
Yeah,
on Broadway.
thankfully now, we got TGG out on both malls and, Top Deck Towers up north. And the nice thing is all of them are kind enough to come to the convention and have booths.
Yep.
So.
Which one thing that I've really loved at Tucson Comic-Con is the fact that the gaming has grown so exponentially each year. Yeah,
we were like a small little thing on the floor for that was a segment of the floor, and then we were one ballroom, and then we're 2 ballrooms, and now we're technically all 3 of the big ballrooms. We are sharing a little bit of space with cosplay because they had a little bit of overlay, but they wanted to put the gaming related cosplay folks, so video games and such into there.
Which that's one thing I love every year is the gaming arcade.
Yeah.
That's if you need to kill some time between panels, go right to the arcade.
Yeah, the Cobra folks will be out having fun with us again this year. We're bringing in a bank of PC gaming. Those folks will also be there. And I've done a lot of work this year trying to do noise abatement to keep the noisier things on one side and then have like the cosplay and the booths kind of protecting the, so we can still have a Dungeons and Dragons game or, Starfinder, Pathfinder, all of that stuff that's going to be available that requires you to actually hear the, people, at the same table.
I've been to a few cons where that's happened, where one table just takes over the other space.
I cannot control the volume of nearby tables. However, I can try to mitigate, activities to subjugating them to the other side of the room. They still have great exposure, and they face the entrance, and I think they'll be great.
So one thing, the biggest question I've been asked this year for the gaming room, because it's one that's come up year after year, is what are the hours of operations for the gaming space this upcoming weekend?
So the gaming hours of Tucson Comic-Con are as follows. Friday, November 1st, 3 p.m. until 10 p.m. Saturday, November 2nd, 10 a.m. to midnight.
Woo-hoo.
And then Sunday, November 3rd, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's when people will be allowed to be in the gaming area and gaming. If, say, Saturday dies a little bit earlier and people are, scooting out of there at like 10 o'clock, I understand I might shut down a little bit earlier. But I believe with the events we have going on, at least Saturday night, nobody's going anywhere.
Oh, yeah, because I know the big one is Daniel, Texas Hold'em with Zombies.
Oh, yeah.
He's having the tournament on Saturday. It's starting at 7:30.
Yeah, we got talking at RinCon, and he wanted to come in and do a thing, and it evolved up to, I want to build a cup and do some amazing stuff, and now we're going to be benefiting 100% of the proceeds. It's a $10 buy-in. We're going to announce the rebuy thing later, if that makes sense. But $10 buy-in, every single penny goes to Extra Life, which is Children's Miracle Network, gaming-oriented.
Which happens in the beginning of November, right when our con
It's
is.
the same weekend.
Yep.
It's almost perfect. In fact, we have a couple streamers that one of them's already met his goal. The other one, I don't know where they are on their goal, but they will both be there trying to raise some more funds.
Yeah, about 2 years ago at Comic-Con, we did Extra Life as a charity stream game, and that was fun. That was really fun.
It's a riot. I love it.
It's like, hey, donate some money. Give them +1s or -1s to attack.
Yeah.
Go for it. Help a good cause and interact with your gaming groups.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, this is the reason why I love running this convention is it's opportunity for gaming communities to grow. To get people out and say, hey, I play this esoteric, weird card game that I love, and it has these themes that I love, and you can get it out there in front of the masses. We're talking 17,000 people on average.
Yeah, but it's a huge way to get different groups to click together and share things. Like
I can't force the public to come into our wonderful gaming stores and automatically be able to find the one time of the week that I'm available playing my Mystical Samurai card game. However, I can always make it available at this amazing event once a year.
Which, trust me, I'm thankful that we have the gaming at the Comic-Con, because that's fairly newish, in a lot of the Comic-Cons, is actually having a good, decent gaming circle. And you guys work really hard recruiting through the year to get different games to happen.
Yeah, the recruitment of trying to interest the stores, incentivize them to come in and run events is always a task, but I'm glad that they're willing to participate, put themselves out, and add more exposure to their communities. So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the crew from the Laughing Moon come down, because they've got a booth in the gaming area like they usually do. We're going to get to see Daniel with the Texas Hold'em with Zombies crew. Yep. A few other of the local Adventure League groups are coming down, from what I heard. Yeah,
the Adventures Leagues, I'm still trying to put the last buttons on them, but they'll be running some stuff. James McKenzie's going to be running some Pathfinder, Starfinder. The Talaris folks, Levi is I'm just setting him up a permanent table, and he's gonna just run people through that thing, and it's gonna be fantastic. He was having a great time at RinCon. Just cool system.
Yeah, and it's nice having that RinCon happening before Tucson Comic-Con, so you can mix and mingle with different folks.
And that's definitely the hardcore like gaming convention. I recognize that this is a more casual kind of thing. So like demos are the right thing to do. A tournament here and there are great, but this is exposure and growth.
Yeah, and the fact that you can find so many people are like, hey, look, there's D&D. I've been interested in playing with it.
Yeah.
And you could just say, hey, if I'm a new person walking in there for the first time and I'm just immediately taking in that gaming room, because you'll look and you'll see the gaming tables, the arcade games, the gaming groups at their booths, and then you'll see the kids cosplay area, and then like the Dreadfleet Pirates.
And then the two cool groups of folk.
The Boffer weapons.
Yeah, the Boffer weapons. I got two groups of them going this year.
That was huge last year when I came in. I'm like, guys, come inside, hit somebody with a sword.
Yeah.
So if I'm a new person coming in, how should I introduce myself to get into a gaming group? If I was just, Johnny on the spot, walking in the door, and I want to play a game, but I don't know how to.
First option, you go get our app. On our app, there'll be the gaming front end on there. It'll have the available things that you can just sign up for, and then they'll let you know when things are scheduled. So I want to I've heard about this Magicals the Gathering game, and I've heard it's what all the hip nerds play. They're running demos, so you look on there what time frame they're doing it, or what time they're doing a tournament or a sealed thing, and you show up for that time. Otherwise, you show up and be like, look for the community that's there. So if it's D&D folks, they got a pile of double stacked up tables, and honestly, like, Alex is probably going to be there in like some get up, which is going to be amazing. And hey, when's the next table I can get in? Because they normally have like a table set up for beginners and another table. They tend to have a character generation table, and then flows through to the more experienced folks.
So that way you just throw your stuff out there and say, hey, I'm new to this. I want to learn this. Please teach me. Where should I start? Start
with, hey, I'm new.
Yep. And
I want to try this out. And people will be like, oh, that's amazing. We would love to have you in our community.
Because it's funny how many gamers are just like, hey, you want to learn something that I love to do? Come join me and I'll walk you through it.
Yep.
That's one thing that I love about the gaming community is pretty much every gaming community in Tucson, you walk into them and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Please help me.
We are militantly inclusive. I want to be your friend.
Yep.
But even if we can't be friends, we can sit down and play a game.
You can have frenemies gaming together at the same table.
I have plenty of those.
That's how you get that great Legolas, Gimli, interaction at the game table. We only sit down for 1 day a week at this gaming table.
But during that, we're allies.
For now, we're forced to work together.
Yeah. But yeah, just our community is just so militantly inclusive. It doesn't matter. You're gonna sit down, have some fun, and
get to share a fun con with some downtime gaming, learning new games. I mean, that's one of the things I really enjoy is you can go there and someone will have a game you've never played before. Every year I've gone, there's always been at least one game I've never seen happen in real life, and it's like, ooh, I saw this on a Kickstarter, or I saw this at one of the webcasts, and I get to actually sit and watch someone play through it and actually see how it really works out in actual.
That's kind of one of my favorite things is to bring some game. I know that I probably have like the only copy of Radiant Offline Battle Arena that exists in Tucson, Arizona. I'm going to bring that, and we're going to play it on the side, when things are calmer, and people are going to love it because I have friends that are designers that design that game, and they're old L5R guys.
And they're like,
love them.
Hey, thank you for sharing this with the world,
And then they get the opportunity to go buy some stuff or try it out for themselves. So. Trying to think what else we have. We have a pile of vendors that are going to be there. I believe I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have like 5 pods of vendors. Everyone from Showtime to AD to Isle of Games. Our gaming room sponsor this year is Bookman's. Bookman's was kind enough to want to be part of our community and pick that up, and they have gaming nights, and their gaming nights are fantastic. They'll bring they'll do some video game stuff and have Smash or D&D nights, and it's just I'm really proud of them for sticking out and showing what an institution.
And Bookman's has sponsored a lot at Tucson Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So it's one of the great things is having so many cool sponsors and groups join in to become part of Tucson Comic-Con. So it's actually the community of Tucson joining together as a Comic-Con, That's one thing I love about Tucson Comic-Con is it's not outgrown itself. It's a community as well as a Comic-Con.
And we haven't taken this concept of, we're this mold of a convention, this is the way it needs to be. Like, we've kind of bucked the standard as a convention for years. There was a point, you can't do gaming on the floor. Okay, well, we did gaming on the floor. And then, you can't, when the weapon shenanigans happen up in Phoenix, we had a meeting right after that, and we're like, how are we going to deal with this? And then, like, we have we have officers that are part of the convention. They sat down and like, this is what we're thinking, and we worked with the convention center, like change the way security gets done at a convention so people can bring the things that are safe to do their cosplays, and like everybody followed after us on that.
Yeah,
I think that we invented that. The whole concept of putting your security outside your front door. Yes.
Yeah.
You're paying those people. They're going to go look through bags, and then you're allowed to come inside where you don't need
You don't need it in the con. You
No.
need it at a safe, secure location.
And there's no pass go, no collect $200 in between security and the door and the peace binding station. The peace binding station is part of the security. It works out so perfectly. The fact that like our team is really well built for that, from security up to operations.
And on top of that, the venue is great for it because you have the big check-in right there at the entrance, and it's one way in and many ways out, but only one way in.
Tons of ways out, but all of them are pretty well watched. I would like us to be a little bit more condensed, like to have panels closer, but that's the way it shakes out. We're having the costume contest Saturday night at about the same time as we're doing Gaming Late over in the Leo Rich Theater. That is a separately ticketed event, like it's a free ticket, but you have to go up and like actually get a band for it. So then we don't have we can keep just Comic-Con people going in there instead of John Q. Public.
Because it is a public venue that has many other things happening on the same day. And
so that's a direction that's going a little differently this year.
Which is cool, because then you don't have people just randomly coming by and going, what is this? I'm going into it.
But if you're not going to the costume contest, you could totally come to the gaming room and not only game, but watch the costume contest, because we're supposed to be trying to get a projector up so that people could watch that.
Oh, that'll be cool.
And that'd be good times.
That way you can sit there and enjoy the actual costume contest in the leisure of gaming and playing D&D or Magic the Gathering or whatever game of choice you want to pick.
Legend of the Five Rings if you're sitting across from me.
There you go.
I have to plug my esoteric mystical samurai game that I love so much.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with L5R.
Yes. So one of the other really neat things that we got going on is we're bringing in the gaming library folks. Becky, who does the gaming library for RingCon. She's coming up, and she's going to be hosting a whole bunch of Play to Win, and then also have the gaming library there for games to be checked out and played in our not scheduled gaming area, which will exist in between the gaming library and Isle of Games booth. There'll be like 20-some tables.
See, that'll be awesome, because the Play to Win at RingCon was really, really, really fun.
They are doing a Play to Win of Wingspan. New York Slice, My Little Scythe, which is the My Little Pony cutesy slice. Ingenious. Kidna Shuffle.
Kidna Shuffle. We got it. The mother of all monsters.
Yeah, that's it. And then Between Two Castles, Mad King Ludwig is also Play to Win.
Which definitely get in on the Play to Win games, because I know at RingCon a lot of people were confused on what that was. And definitely go in and try the game and register for Play to Win, because a lot of people who did win games were extremely stoked at getting to walk home with a game that you won because you just played it. That's it. You just play the game and you can win.
Yeah, they have like a little sign up thing that's inside the box. You sit down, you go to the thing. It's like, oh, that's available because that's really popular. Speaking of Wingspan, and
Wingspan's been crazy popular this year.
You sit down with your friends, put your names on the sheet,
Yep.
and by the end of it, they're gonna announce this stuff, and they'll have, I think, if I remember right, they have your phone number on there, and they'll call you, and you can pick this thing up at the end of the convention.
At the end of the con, you get a great game for just showing up and playing games.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with that kind of deal.
Nothing whatsoever.
And you can still play the game when it's slow, which, hey, Saturday night, open till midnight. I know a lot of folks that are planning on after the con day to just chill inside the gaming area to actually relax and get to hang out with their friends.
That's why I set it up that way.
Yeah, I mean, because we all know when you're at a con, you're basically passing your friends every hallway for the next panel that you're going to, or you're hitting the vendor floor. Gaming is a great shot to pick a place where you can meet with your friends at a certain time and just get to actually relax and be with each other at the con.
And see something you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
You know, you haven't seen some people play some Warhammer 40K. I'm going to have some folks probably doing that. Actually, I'm trying to get them to come down and play Warcry, which is the new skirmish game. And that's like really pick up and play like 30 minutes. I even got the folks from Otaku Nation coming down, Jeremy.
Nice.
They're going to do all the Japanese anime-inspired games, the buddy fight and Vanguard and all that, like the pure anime games. Are just kind of, they're pretty neat.
That's a huge amount of diversity of different game styles that you can walk in there. And, heck, you could probably spend most of your day at a con just going through the games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There will be no end to the diversity of board games and card games and role playing games and video games and
LAN games.
LAN games, absolutely.
Yeah.
There'll probably be some Fortnite going on in there.
Oh, I'm thinking that's going to be a big one this
Some
year.
Pokemon Go. The Team Rocket people are in my gaming area. They're going to be doing some Pokemon Go and like some DS, Pokemon stuff. And I missed the little age gap on that, but I recognized when it came up, and that thing was gangbusters. And I played Ingress before it got turned into Pokemon Go, so I could appreciate that. It's the right place to be.
Are you kidding? Ingress now even has an anime to make it more popular.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I still play Ingress from time to time.
It's a good whip out your phone. You're like, hey, here we are. Yeah. Let's do this thing.
Yep, it's time to give somebody some notifications on their phone.
Are you kidding? Last year, one of the biggest surprises a friend gave me is he took his sister to the con for the first time, and she got to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade booth with the controllers. The one that back in the day that was the way to play.
Yeah.
Or the X-Men, and it's like, kids these days don't even know that those exist.
Or like the Simpsons one, where it's like Marge walking around beating people up with the vacuum cleaner. Like, from that point on, I knew that push vacuum cleaner was a weapon. And me and my cat saw eye to eye, and we realized that thing is the enemy. And it's coming to kill us.
That eventually in the zombie apocalypse, you can use the vacuum cleaner as a weapon.
Yeah, absolutely.
A good solid two-hander.
That would be the zombie kill of the week.
But not quite the year.
Yeah, no. Just saw that movie. It was it was a good time.
Yeah, we saw Zombieland 2 last week as well. So had to go see it. It's the first week it's out. Got to show the love. So Comic-Con, it's going to be here on Friday. It's less than a week away. Yep,
and then the week after, I get to stop being stressed out and enjoy the World Championships in my card game. So
there you go.
This is the big crunch time. So if anybody has gaming that they want to host, my gaming submission timetable is very limited, and I need to finish it up very soon. However, I made a tiny URL for it so I can remember. It's tinyurl.com/TCC19game. And that will bring you the event submission page, and you can submit events. If it meets a criteria that I will keep secret to myself of amount of time, I can try to get you a weekend pass to host it, also known as 8 hours. So if if it's an event that I need there, I can try to get that in for you.
That sounds like 2 solid D&D sessions, part 1, part 2, or 2 one-shots.
You host 3-hour D&D tables, you're in there.
You're showing the love for the GMs out there because
absolutely.
Hey, that's the support.
I'm even doing these sweet Game Master badges.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like it'll say Game Master on there, and that's your weekend pass, and it's gonna be great.
That's awesome. So see, I was going to say, what's the best way to submit for next year? Because I wasn't going to be insane enough to think with less than a week that you could still apply for a game. That's dedication, my friend.
It is, and I'm crazy for doing it, but I can make it work. Next year, it will probably be a similar sort of deal. It'll still be hosted through Grotix website, so it's a matter of when I make a tiny roll for that next year, I'll be sure to share that.
Which it's super handy to use that to pull things up.
I put it up on the Facebook. Not a lot of people jumped on it immediately. The Rake jumped on it immediately, and that's fantastic.
What is the Facebook for Tucson Comic-Con?
So the Facebook for Tucson Comic-Con is actually just TucsonComic-Con.
There we go. So make sure to hit up the Facebook, because I'm pretty sure that's where all the big announcements are going to be dropping through the weekend.
That's where we'll be constantly updating the ridiculous rate what is available. Also, the app will be available. It's through Grotix. We'll be putting links for that out as well on our Facebook, and doing as much as we can to spread gaming.
So one thing I was also going to say is, because gamers, smartphones, people want to stream, they want to take photos, want to share their stuff. Is there any hashtag for Tucson Comic-Con gaming besides the hashtag Tucson Comic-Con?
Just use the Tucson Comic-Con one for right now.
So that way everybody can use the hashtag and basically check out all the cool pictures that we're sharing between the cosplay, the gaming, the vendors going nuts down on the vendor floor, because there's going to be a lot going on down there.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be swamped, and working really good comic artists and writers this year. And then we have the returnees that will always be there.
Artist Alley is where it's at.
Oh, absolutely. If you still have Crow stuff that needs to get signed, that's going to be the place for it. Neil Adams is going to be there. He did the Kingdom Come line. The owners own a comic book imprint. The Politos, they own Lady Death and Coffin Comics, old Chaos Comics, and they're wonderful to be around and fantastic bosses. So don't fire me.
Bring me back next year. So that's, dude, I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your schedule, because I know this is crunch week. I mean, this is the week before the con.
Yep.
So we could talk about gaming, so we get the hours of operations, because like I said, I've been talking about Comic-Con nonstop, and pretty much those are the questions I get hit all the time are, how do I sign up to run a game? How do I sign up as a new person coming in to want to try something, which is basically just, hey, word of mouth, come on in. And I mean, the game room is huge. When you walk through those double doors, it's massive.
And it's right there at the entrance.
Yep. You come in and you turn around the corner, there you are.
If you go through that left entrance, it's the first thing in front of you. You have all of this amazing stuff in front of you. And I've had people walk in and be like, oh, is this all of the con? Because this is cool. I'm like, no, there's a thing down on the floor that has everything, and it's awesome. You should go down there. And then come back up here and play some D&D.
Trust me, we've got the Tucson Steampunk Society. We've got the fan booth right outside the door. Oh, yeah. So I've made sure to tell all our friends in the TSS, since we'll be hanging out at the booth for a while, that go around the corner, check out the cool games. I promised Daniel that Kelly, she's the Full House Bandito from the first time they played at RingCon years ago. And he was like, bring her for the cup. And I'm like, I don't have any panels after 6:30, so... Full House Bandito, she may be coming back to play.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be a great night in that tournament, too. I'm going to have to do some videos. So
oh, yeah, completely. We're going to get some video of that. We're going to get some kids' hospital stuff, and that's going to be awesome.
It's doing good things with good people and having a good time and making new friends.
Yeah.
And making a great weekend out of Tucson Comic-Con.
I'm totally looking forward to this.
So am I. It's been ridiculous. I've told everybody no gaming next week after the con, because I'll be recovering. See, I want to do everything at the con that I can.
That's the hard part for me, because the World Championships for Legend of Five Rings card game is the next weekend, and I would be going to that, but I have work buddies that are going hunting, and we're only allowed to have so many people off at a time. So.
Yeah, that's the work-life balance.
Work-life balance. So next year.
Next year? It's always in the plan. There's always a thing for next year.
It's not as set in stone as Gen Con. Gen Con's set in stone. I've been going for 3 years now. It's
that's the mecca of gaming.
Yes, I make the pilgrimage.
It's worth the trip.
Oh yeah.
All right, Ed. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for talking about Tucson Comic-Con. And is there anybody last minute you'd like to shamelessly plug?
Shamelessly plug.
There's got to be at least one shameless. We live for the shameless plug.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a booth. I don't know what the heck it is. In my area, it is called Dynamic Gorilla. So just out of sheer, I don't know what it is, but you should go figure out what it is.
Go find Dynamic Gorilla and check them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, hey, I'll have to definitely pause by and say, I need video, Dynamic Gorilla.
I don't know what
Tell me what you are.
I don't know what this is, but I need it in my life. It'd be awesome.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on the show. And, hey, I'll see you in less than
a week.
At the con.
Yeah.
Yep. And then it'll be, hi,
I'm
bye.
busy doing other things. Oh, God.
Heading to the next panel.
Are you guys good? Are you guys good?
And again, thank you and everything that you, the staff and the volunteers do. Oh, one last question. Volunteers. I was asked, how do you volunteer for Tucson Comic-Con?
Volunteer thing is a little weird. It kind of comes down to we're a for-profit convention, so we're not allowed to pay people with passes as official volunteers. But the real way, the inside way, how to volunteer is I have that event submission form, and that's volunteering really for the gaming area. What that is I'm allowing you to come in and promote for 8 hours, and then I will compensate you with a badge for that if it fits within the things that I want to have on my show floor.
Awesome. And I know quite a few gaming companies like Palladium, Catalyst does it, where if you submit, hey, I'm going to run your game during this con, they will prize support and swag support. Oh, yeah. So there's great ways that you can come and share what games you love. And hey, you might just meet some new players that you invite to your game table for your regular game. And
some of that swag is just fantastic. Like there was a Gen Con exclusive thing for my card game, and a friend of mine did that for Tucson Game Fair up in Phoenix. And he got stuff that wasn't available any other time that, were amazing promos. And ended up hooking some of us up down here with that. So,
and that's a great thank you, because it's the
amazing,
synergy.
Thank you.
Gamers, the game developers, the con runners. It's synergy between all of them, where they all get to back each other up, support each other, and everyone wins.
Sure thing.
Especially, hey, if you go do the play to win. Everyone wins that way.
Everybody wins at the play to win.
All right, man. Thanks you for being on the Creative Playing Podcast Network. I'll definitely hit you up after we've all recovered post-con if you want to chill and hang out and talk about it some more.
That sounds great.
And like usual, guys, thank you for listening.
Thank you for being here.
Hey, it's all about sharing the love. Good times. All right, guys, thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Here in the forest of Elandril, we elves defend the woods from beasts and men. I myself have helped drive off goblin raiders, slain a giant spider, and composed an elven symphony for the Blood Moon Harvest Festival, and that was before lunch. So when I'm not sliding down the trunk of a barbarian elephant beast after killing it and its occupants with only my dagger and a few arrows, I look forward to coming home to a Dungeon Crate. Dungeon Crate is a monthly subscription box service crafted specifically for RPG and tabletop gamers. Miniatures, dice, tokens, coins, maps, modules, terrain pieces, handmade items, RPG jewelry, and more are yours for only a few gold per month. You even get a digital crate along with a physical one as an added bonus. As an elf, I appreciate quality craftsmanship, and Dungeon Crate delivers, even if it's put together by humans.
Sir, sentries have discovered several dwarves and a wizard trespassing in our woods.
I was wondering what that smell was. DungeonCrate.com. Are you ready? Let the adventure begin.
Boop, 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 a doop, a doop.
So if I'm a new person walking in for the first time.
Hey, I'm a new person just walking in for the first time.
We're both waiting for the slap.
No.
Or the scrape.
Yeah, it's fine.